Welcome back to the channel, and today we've got something really special lined up, a detailed review of the 2025 Vintage, a car that beautifully blends old-school aesthetics with modern-day performance. This car has been generating a lot of buzz lately, especially among classic car enthusiasts and collectors who appreciate retro styling but want the comfort and tech of a 21st-century vehicle. So let's dive straight into the full experience, starting from the outside and working our way in. The first thing you'll notice about the 2025 Vintage is its striking exterior. It's a nod to the classic designs of the 60s and 70s, but with a much cleaner and more refined execution. The front grille is bold and chromed, framed by circular LED headlights that look straight out of a time capsule. The body has elegant, sweeping lines, with a long hood and short rear deck that scream classic coupe. But it's not just a pretty face, the materials used are top-notch. You've got aluminum paneling, high-gloss paint finishes, and just the right amount of chrome detailing to give it that vintage charm without overdoing it. The 18-inch wire spoke wheels and retro-style badging tie it all together beautifully. Now let's step inside, because this is where the 2025 Vintage really surprises. It continues the retro theme but adds layers of modern comfort and technology. The interior is wrapped in rich leather, real leather, not synthetic, with hand-stitched detailing on the seats, dash, and door panels. There's wood trim too, polished to a mirror shine, giving the cabin that old-world luxury feel. But despite the classic look, you're surrounded by all the tech you'd expect in a 2025 car. A large, centrally mounted infotainment screen blends seamlessly into the dash, offering wireless Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, and even a heads-up display. The digital instrument cluster is cleverly styled to look like analog gauges, which is a nice touch for those who love the vintage vibe but don't want to compromise on functionality. The seating is plush and surprisingly spacious for a coupe. Front seats are both heated and ventilated, with memory settings and massage functions, while the rear seats, though a bit snug, are still functional for shorter trips. Sound insulation is excellent, giving you a quiet ride even at higher speeds. And speaking of ride quality, that brings us to performance. Under the hood, the 2025 Vintage offers two powertrain options. The base model comes with a 2.0-liter turbocharged inline-4 that produces 260 horsepower, plenty for daily driving and spirited weekend cruises. But if you want something with more punch, there's the performance variant, a 3.5-liter V6 engine putting out 400 horsepower. Both engines are mated to an 8-speed automatic transmission, and there's even an optional manual gearbox for purists who really want to feel connected to the drive. The car handles like a dream, well-balanced, smooth around corners, and with just enough feedback to keep things exciting. Suspension tuning is clearly geared toward comfort, but it doesn't get floaty or disconnected at higher speeds. As for fuel economy, the turbo 4-cylinder averages around 30 miles per gallon combined, while the V6 version dips a bit to about 24. That's still impressive considering the weight and performance of this car. And with features like adaptive cruise control, lane keeping assist, and emergency braking, you're getting a complete safety package without taking away from the driving experience. Now let's talk numbers. The base model of the 2025 Vintage starts at around $42,000, which is honestly quite competitive for what you're getting. The higher performance trim with the V6 and all the bells and whistles comes in just under $60,000. Considering the craftsmanship, the attention to detail, and the blend of classic styling with modern convenience, it feels like a solid deal. So that's our deep dive into the 2025 Vintage, a car that proves you don't have to choose between timeless design and modern performance. Whether you're into vintage aesthetics or just want something that stands out in today's sea of lookalike vehicles, this one's definitely worth a closer look. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and let me know in the comments what you think of the 2025 Vintage. Catch you in the next one.